Yeah, that was a pulsating penalty shootout between Arsenal and Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. There's something very paramount about this team in the past weeks is the way they find their way around winning games in unusual way, and experience has shown that over the years most of these games were either are most likely to be lost by Arsenal. So this time around, sometimes we don't play too well, but we'll still go ahead to win. And today we played very well, but for Crystal Palace goalkeeper, the guy was outstanding. Dynamic, very outstanding, and he kept us out for almost 90 minutes because the goal that was scored was considered own goal. But one thing with this Arsenal team, if you can allow them to score during the run of play, they score it through corner kicks or set piece or whatever you call it, or they make you score for them, just the way it happens again. Wolves. So now, this game, I've been observing that you see a team that will probably been battered by a lower side maybe days before, when this same team that was beaten or battered come against Arsenal, they are different, like kettle of fish altogether. And I'm wondering that why is it that when these teams are coming no, against Arsenal, they are they are quite very different for the team that probably lost 3 days ago or maybe a week ago. And the same thing, I saw that against Wolves, I saw that against Everton, and now against Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace were recently demolished by Leeds United. Well, to cut the long story short, uh, the performance was it there? Yeah, somehow, little bit. There was some performance, but I tell you, our inability to convert chances sometimes could is gonna prove very costly. We have to look for a way of going around and naked because in this game, literally, the first half should have sealed everything if all the chances were completely converted and probably the goalkeeper, yeah, wasn't at his best as he was today. And still gonna be very excited because we actually won. Because at the end of the day, after these breathtaking penalty shootouts, it was really terrible. It was really tough because literally all the penalty kicks were all clean. The keepers don't. Both keepers don't think come close to anyone or even touching any of the ball before it got into the net. They were all clean until the last one where Kepa gets right and put it out. Uh, that was a very wonderful performance for Kepa because if not for him, at that sudden dead point, if we miss and they score and that'll be, but somehow we scored and they missed and we took the day. Now, which set up is a semi-final play with Chelsea. So you know what? We just have to take it. I don't want to play any blame game, or I don't want to say this because Martinelli today. I have never seen Martinelli going past a player the way he did today. He was like a flash. He was just cooking that guy on the left, on the right hand side, the young guy, 19-year-old. And Martinelli made a mess of him. And I wish he could just replicate that in coming games. It was going to be very wonderful, guys. You know what? Come on, you Gunners!